Hi guys, it's Lanikia. I am coming to you with Basketball Wives Season 8, Episode 9. And we're just going to get right into it because it's late. I can't believe VH1 put on Basketball Wives, then Black Ink Crew, New York, and then Black Ink Crew Compton. Like, I can't tell you the last time I sat down and watched 3 hours of TV. Like, without it being like Netflix on the weekends or something. Like, oh my gosh. But not about that. So we get off with, we see Kristen, Malaysia meet up for a play date with their children. And on this play date, Kristen says that she wants to have a theme party, a 90s theme party with sitcoms, which I thought that was a cute idea. So she wants to have this theme party and everything. So she's like, she's going to invite everybody, including OG, but she's not going to invite Cece because she feels like Cece doesn't own up to anything that she does. Same old storyline with them. So then we go to Jen, Jackie, and OG. And they're talking about Phoebe's performance. They're saying that it was much better than they thought it was going to be. It's definitely much better than that video. And so OG starts talking about how she's a little upset with Cece because Cece won't just own up. She doesn't care that Cece said anything because it happened so long ago and they didn't know each other then. But it's the fact that Cece won't own it and say that, yeah, I did say that about you. That's all OG cares about, is that if she owns it and tells her, I said that. Which, if you looked on Twitter, because I did look on Twitter, OG and Cece were laughing about last week's episode because they were like, we made up at the party or whatever and we're dancing, and Cece said, I didn't leave early, and I have footage that I didn't leave early or whatever. So, I don't know. But they're saying she and Tammy are not supposed to be coming back next season. So some of these girls are going to have to get some storylines. And we see later on in the episode they try to bring some up. So then we see so then they start talking about Jackie says that because they're talking to her just about ownership and everything. And then so Jackie asks Jen, she says there's a man, because they start talking about Malaysia, and Jen feels like she doesn't owe Malaysia an apology, and she's dumb. Like she doesn't care. It's not like it was with Evelyn where they had a friendship. She really doesn't care about Malaysia or anything. And I guess Jen felt like their friendship was. I guess it wasn't that big of a deal to her about she and Malaysia's friendship. So she feels like she doesn't owe her an apology or anything. So then they start talking about. Jackie brings up. She said, Jennifer, I heard from a man, he's been DMing me, and he said that you've been talking trash about Malaysia. That you said that her kids were, you've been talking about her kids, you've been talking about why she left, and Jen says that's not true. She hasn't been doing any of that. That she hasn't been doing any of that, so it's not the truth. And she says no, she hasn't been talking about Malaysia. She definitely hasn't been talking about her kids or anything. It's not and that's what it was. So then we see Byron and Cece. So Byron and Cece, and Byron is reading Jackie's book, and he's like, "Ooh, this got some interesting stuff in it." So excuse me. So he's reading her book, and Cece comes out and she starts talking about what happened at Phoebe's, showcase. And she tells him that Kristen brought up old receipts from like 2 years ago, and she said, yeah, I was defending my friend. Like, she said something and I was going right along with her and defending my friend or whatever, because at the time she said I thought she was my friend and we were about to be family, and I understood what Cece was saying. And she admits that what she did was wrong. Like, she shouldn't have been talking about OG like that. And everything. So Byron is like, well, what was the purpose of bringing that up? And Cece feels like Kristen just does not like her, and she's doing everything possible to paint her in a bad light. And I'm like, girl, you should have figured that out last season when she had no problems coming back spreading that rumor about your little happy ending, what Evelyn and Jen said about the happy ending. So Byron says that Byron says that he cares about how Cece feels. He hates that what's going on with his kids. He wants to work it out, but at this point, I don't think he really cares about Kristen. And because she said so many things, and we see later on in the next episodes, he's going to be talking. He's spoken to Thomas, and he admits that because Kristen has said so many things about him, especially on TV, he don't really care for her. But he just tells her he wants them to all be together, and Cece gets upset because she was like, I don't care if they don't like me, but I don't want how they feel towards me to affect their relationship with you. And once again, Byron says it's me and you, or whatever, because Byron is a grown man and he understands he has grown children. I think he wants a relationship. He wants everything to be all good with him and his kids, but he's not about to risk his future with someone else, like with his woman who is his future, because of his children, because they don't like her. Like, sometimes as an adult children, you have to get over it. And I think that's pretty much where he is with it. He wants a relationship with his kids. He would like them all to like Cece. But even if you don't like Cece, that has nothing to do with you not talking to your dad. So, y'all need to get over that. But anyways, so then we see that Jackie tells Ev and Phoebe, so Evelyn and Phoebe meet Jackie at the strip club. Not a strip club, but it's like a pole dance. Everybody is doing like that. Haven't they done that a few times? But anyway, so they meet her at this pole dancing thing. And Evelyn makes the joke, like, if Jackie takes off her clothes, Evelyn, she says she forgives people, but she gets in that confessional and she throws little shade and stuff. That's why I don't like her, really, because instead of just being real, like, in person with that person and just really saying how she feels, she just makes little jabs and comments in her confessionals. And that's why I never like her and this whole Jackie thing about kicking and meeting up and stuff. I don't believe that for a minute, because y'all had too much dislike for each other or whatever. So then, so they meet up and everything, and they're doing the pole class. They talk about Fifi's thing. I don't care about Fifi. Fifi, I'm calling the girl Fifi. That tells you how much I don't care about her. But Phoebe's showcase, they talk about that, and then they talk about Jackie tells them that Tammy wants to be Tammy wants to be a rapper. And what's her name? Phoebe says something like, her daughter can help her because she raps old school. And Jackie said, no, don't do that. And Evelyn laughed, and Jackie told Phoebe to her face, that's shady. What you're saying, you mean that it's shade or whatever. So I felt like Jackie called Phoebe out on that. And even if Phoebe was saying, no, I don't, unless they edited it, where we couldn't see it, it did sound like she was throwing. At first I thought, well, maybe she's joking. But when Jackie called her out on it and Evelyn was over there keying about it, because Evelyn don't like Tammy anyways, I was like, well, did she mean that it's shady? Like, was that shady? And the fact that she didn't correct Jackie, maybe she did, and because they have been doing a lot of edits, but maybe she did, but it didn't look like she did. So I don't know. So then it came off as like, oh well, she did mean this as shade. Y'all tell me what you think. So she tells her, and then Jackie's in the confessional, and she was like, she's like, Tammy can really help Phoebe because Tammy has a lot of connections and everything. So I don't know why she's making fun of Tammy. So I feel like Jackie honestly thought Phoebe was making fun of Tammy. And everything. And because Phoebe she doesn't outright do it, she kind of says things, and it's like she said, how someone will say something and it's not like they change up their tone. They're not like outright being like they're talking about somebody, but they're saying things that is really shady. And I feel like Jackie caught on to that, and she called Phoebe out for it. Phoebe didn't say anything when she called her out for it or whatever. We're going to get to this later. But anyways, so then Evelyn says that Jennifer says that Tammy had, okay, so they talk about Tammy. Then Evelyn says, oh, well, did you know that Jennifer said that Tammy had to return. She wore something and she tried to return it, and it was like pants or something, and she actually wore it, and she got how do I say this? Well, because I be getting flagged on every video now on YouTube. She wore pants, y'all. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. She wore some pants, and she needed to wear like a pad or something, or some underwear or something like that on the pants. With the pants, I guess she went bare with it, or I don't know. But and so she said what, and then they said, oh, and guess what? Her card got declined. And oh my gosh, they just hollered at that. They thought it was so funny. Was it no? Phoebe was saying. Phoebe or Evelyn said that happened. I think it might have been Phoebe because Evelyn was too tickled. So it might have been Phoebe who said that. Anyways, so they make that little comment, and so then that's when Jackie starts. So they're already gossiping. So then Jackie tells them, well, I heard that Jennifer said, because she says Jennifer needs to be careful about talking. She said, because I heard that Jennifer said that from this guy, he's been DMing me, and he said that she was talking about Malaysia. And she says, well, if Malaysia ever found out, she would be so upset. So they tell Evelyn's like, give me the number. So Jackie was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the number. So Jackie gives Evelyn the number, and Evelyn calls the dude. Evelyn is on the phone with this man. He realizes it's Evelyn. He starts fangirling out. Like, he loves Evelyn. He's a fan of her. So then she's like, I don't know. This is sounding a little suspect or whatever. But then he starts talking, and he really goes into details, I guess, even more so than what we saw. And he talks about Dominique. He talks about Jennifer. He says that Jennifer told Dominique about, Malaysia's situation, about being getting put out. She couldn't pay her rent, and taking care of how she takes care of her children. And Dominique is going to the streets and telling everyone what Jennifer has said. And so then Evelyn is like, because she kind of believes it just because Jennifer has said something about her children. And Phoebe is just like, I don't really want no parts of this or whatever. She's listening, but she's like, I don't want to be involved in this. So I do like that part about Phoebe. Like, on certain things, she just doesn't want to be involved. She just does not. And I respect somebody who's like, but I would say, get up. If you don't want to be involved, don't listen to any of it. But anyways, so then we see Cece. Okay, so Cece is working. So they show her at her job, and she's working and everything. And OG comes by. So OG comes by, and they have a sit down, and they talk about it. And Cece is like, I just don't remember saying that. And I actually, for a moment, I was like, maybe Kristen made up these text messages or something, because I honestly didn't remember saying that. And then OG is just like, I just want you to own it. And Cece then says, well, yeah, I know I said it. And she was like, and I was wrong for saying it because I didn't know you then. She was like, I hadn't even met you, so I didn't know you. My girlfriend was upset about something that you had done. So I was, she said something, I was saying something with her, and that's how it was. And they made up just like that because I think they're truly friends. So they were able to make up really quick because, going through basketball, y'all got a little poof because it's wash day tomorrow. Ooh, child. But they were able to make up really quick because they truly are friends. And I think going through their experience last year with Basketball Wives helped them develop a true friendship. Oh, child, okay. All right, y'all. So then, so anyways, they make up. It's over. They make up, and it is what it is with them. OG doesn't even care that Cece said it because she was like, you ain't know me then. She understood why Cece said it. She was like, you didn't know me. So they go out, so Cece walks out and she's like, come back and we'll find something, because Cece doesn't get into the cosmetic whole thing. But she was like, we'll find something we can do with you. Okay. So then we see Kristen, and she meets up with OG and Jackie and Tammy. So they're shopping for the this party that Kristen is throwing, and she wants to be Ashley Banks, and I was like, yeah, I can see that. I mean, it makes sense. But so then Tammy is not. So Tammy says she's not going to the party, and she just don't want to go. She don't want to go. She just don't want to go. So Jackie tells the girls what. So Jackie tells the girls what she heard about Malaysia. She was like, I got some tea for y'all. So she tells the girls what she heard about Malaysia. And OG said, well, didn't we, this is what we confronted OG says, this is what we confronted Jen about. And she said, no, because Jen is Malay and OG are friends. So she said, yeah. And then Kristen is like, I feel so conflicted because this is, that's my family. Jackie, what are you doing and all that? And Tammy is just like, I'm not surprised that she said it. I mean, she talked about somebody else. I wouldn't be surprised if she said that about Malaysia. They're not getting along. It's not that much of a stretch of the imagination that she said it. So then she tells them that they said she's not a good mom. Her kids are dirty. And they say all that. Then Jackie tells Tammy that Phoebe says she's too old to rap. Or whatever. I don't think Phoebe said it like that. She just said she kind of in a way said it like, I guess, yeah, technically she didn't say it like that. What she said was she would sound old, which I guess that's pretty much saying you're too old to be rapping or whatever. But, so anyway, she tells Tammy this, and Tammy is like, she gonna confront Phoebe about this, and Jackie looked shook, because she was like, that's what happens. Sometimes you need to keep your mouth shut, because sometimes you tell people something, and they're going to confront the person that you told, that said it. So don't tell everybody something, because I used to be that way as well. You told me something, and if you couldn't tell me who said it, don't tell me. I don't want to know. But because I want to find out, get to the bottom of it. But anyways, with age comes wisdom. But anyways, then we see Kristen says she wants. Okay, so Kristen is just like, I want no part of this. All this mess going on. I don't want any part of that. And so Jackie just running her mouth too much. So then we see where Jackie and her daughter Chantel meet up, and she's just talking about Dougie Jr. growing up, and he's about to go to college, and I guess he's being recruited to all these different places, and Jackie's sad because she doesn't want to go. That was that scene. And okay, so then we go to, they talk about so Tammy meets up with her her dialect actor, coach, and he's helping her with her accent so that she can get Trill. What was the name? Tatiana Trill together. She wants to get that British accent together. So she invites Phoebe and she invites OG. And Phoebe was like, when Tammy told me she was going to invite me, at first I thought it was all good until I see OG, and I'm like, this is a setup. So Tammy is just like, okay. She confronts Phoebe immediately. She's like, I heard you had something to say about me being old. And Phoebe is like, I never said that. I did not say that at all. I never said, you were too old. And she kind of says what she said and everything. And Tammy tells her how Jackie told her, and OG backs up Tammy and says, that's exactly how Jackie said it. And she was like, oh, Jackie getting on my nerves. That is not what I said or whatever. And she was like, a lot of people are saying a lot of things. That's what I don't like about Phoebe. When the pressure's on you, and that's why I believe that she might have said more, or she meant it exactly how Jackie took it, that she meant it. Because whenever the pressure is on Phoebe and someone is confronting Phoebe, the first thing she likes to do is bring up other people and get that information out there so the pressure is off of her. I can't stand people who do that. I cannot stand it. I like that, irritates me to death when people do that. It's like, instead of just owning what you said, how you said it, and how you knew you meant it, the same way she didn't own what she said about OG. She threw other people under bus about, like, there's a lot of talking going on, and then they were like, well, what's being said? And she's like, oh, you're just gonna throw me on the spot. Well, you want them to get spotlight off of you. So yeah, go ahead and tell them what's being said. So then she tells them that what she said. Then she tells them that she heard that Jen said that Tammy wore pants, tried to take the pants back, but they could clearly tell she had worn the pants. You know what we talked about earlier. They could clearly tell she had worn the pants without any undergarments. So, and then they were making her pay for it, and she couldn't pay for it. And you know what? Tammy is just like, listen. And OG was like, what? Tammy is just like, listen, I don't have time for it. You know what? Because Tammy finally said what we've been knowing she's been feeling, and that's why she does a hit and run whenever she goes to these events. My life is better than yours. I have more stuff going on, so I don't have time to deal with the BS with y'all and you, because you're jealous at the end of the day, because I have things going on, and so you have to reach for any type of thing to try to bring me down because I have things going on and you do not. And so that was it. And so Tammy got up and she was like, okay, I'm ready to go. And I was like, you leaving for real? And she was like, yeah, I said I was ready to go. Tammy's over it. She's done with it. So then Jackie and OG meet up. And as they're meeting up and they're talking, Jackie tells OG that she does regret telling Tammy about Phoebe. And OG like, sis, it's too late for that regret. Tammy already done confronted Phoebe, and she said, what? She was like, yes. And she said, and Phoebe said that is not what she said. But mind you, so Phoebe said that is not what she said or whatever. And Jackie was like, no. She knows how she knows what she said. She knows how she meant it. And so then we cut to Evelyn and Phoebe talking. And Phoebe is telling her that she's sick of Jackie because Jackie keeps running her mouth. And she was like, and I don't have time to deal with senior citizens and all that. And I'm like, okay, so we're still going to talk about oldness. Like, we're still going to talk about someone's age and everything. That's why I think Phoebe said it like she meant it the way Jackie took it. Because you didn't correct Jackie. There was no scene where you told Jackie, that's not how I meant it or whatever. And you were okay with Evelyn over there kikiing. And I was like, Evelyn, I don't know why you laughing at this, because you're in that age group. Like, why is that funny to you? But anyways, so Phoebe's just like, I don't have time to be dealing with senior citizens, and to fight up with the senior citizen and all that. And Jackie is just like, keep that girl away from me, because she knows she's a liar. Like, all she do, she's just lying about all this. So then we get to Kristen. Okay, so they get to this party, this 90s party. So Kristen, Malaysia, Phoebe, and Evelyn are there. And they tell Malaysia, we're going to sit down and, talk to you or whatever. And they tell Malaysia that your friend, that person you think is your friend, is not your friend. And they're like, why? And they were like, because Jackie heard this information that Jennifer and Dominique said, and she's going around telling everybody. And I'm like, that's why I was like, I knew Evelyn was up to no good trying to act like she befriended Jackie. Because if you were a friend to Jackie or whatever, and Jackie actually has been trying to be a good friend to Evelyn. If you were a friend to Jackie, then you would have went to Jackie. You would have told Jackie that thing. Don't tell anybody else this. Let's go meet, go straight to Malaysia with it. Which Jackie should have did that in the first place instead of running around telling everybody. And so then what they're doing is they're saying, well, they say Dominique and Jennifer said this, but Jackie has told everybody about it. So then it confused me. Okay, so then they start telling her what's all being said. And Phoebe is like, the guy on the phone didn't say anything about her kids being dirty. He didn't mention any of that. Now, that's something Jackie told Kristen them that she had heard that Jennifer had said, but he didn't mention that on the phone. And Phoebe was like, I don't want no parts of this, because she said this is what happens with this group. One person says it, then these people talk about it, then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's all more than what originally was said or whatever. So then, that's a what? Lord, I can't read my own handwriting. Then it becomes a different story. So then Jennifer and Dominique come in. So Malaysia goes up to them because she's hot. So she goes up to them and she's like, Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Dominique. Okay, Jennifer, I gotta ask you a question. Did you talk about my kids? And Jennifer's like, what? She said, and she tells Dominique, they saying that Jennifer told you about, like, she was telling you about my business and whatever, and was talking about my kids, and that you are going around in the streets selling it. And Dominique was like, that's not me. I would never do that. I would never talk about, that. I would never say that. I would never do that or whatever. And so she's like, okay, so you didn't do it. And they're both like, no, what are you talking about? No, we would never do that. And she was like, because Jackie said you did. And Jennifer tells her, the first time I heard about that is when Jackie told me about it. Jackie's the one who brought it up to me. I had never heard this rumor about, why you went to, I didn't know why you had left LA and all that kind of stuff. And so then that was that. And then Malaysia goes back to Kristen and all them. And she's like crying because she's like, I'm a good mother and I take care of my kid. She's doing all that. And so then they start telling her, well, it's Jackie. And I was like, how do y'all believe? I'm not saying Jennifer and Dominique are lying. But how do y'all believe Jennifer so quickly when we know she lies? I know Jackie be lying too. Jackie be stretching the truth and all that. But you don't get along with Malaysia doesn't get along with Jennifer. So how did y'all believe Jennifer so quickly, and then got on this Jackie bandwagon where y'all, and I think it's because Evelyn really pushed this off to where it's Jackie. That's not your friend. And then Phoebe doesn't like Jackie, so she's like, it's Jackie. Jackie's the one who we're saying. Jackie's the one going around spreading it to everybody and everything. And I'm like, but if Jackie didn't talk about your kids, yeah, she should have told you. But if Jackie is the one talking about her kids, why are you getting this upset with Jackie? So then Jackie comes in and Jackie knew what Malaysia was feeling when she came up to like, hey, Jackie. And Jackie's like, hi, I'm going to go to the bathroom and then we can have this conversation. Because I'm just going to go to the bathroom. Where's the bathroom or whatever? And Malaysia's like, no, I need to talk to you now because they saying you said, and Jackie's like, tells her, I need to talk to you as well. And then she tells Jackie, they say that you're saying this about my kids, that you're going around saying this about my kids. And Jackie says they're lying. And I think what Jackie was saying they were lying about is that she was the one talking about Malaysia's kids. Because I'm like, Jackie, we got you on camera telling all the girls about who was saying something. So Jackie was like, they're lying. And she tells Evelyn, oh, you look real cute. Because Jackie thought she was like, I'm not going to get into this with you. And so then Malaysia is just like, no, she's right up on Jackie. And Jackie was like, no. Back up off me, Malaysia. Because you got this confused. And she was like, I don't know what's going. Jackie's pretty much like, I don't know what's going on. But I didn't say anything about your kids. Because technically she didn't talk about Malaysia's kids. She repeated what Jennifer and Dominique had supposedly said. I like Jackie. I be trying to ride for y'all. I do. Because I like me some Jackie. So then Malaysia's just all up on Jackie and she won't back up or whatever. And Jackie is not backing up either. And so then Jackie brought people with her and they were like, listen, y'all not finna do this. Y'all not finna jump up on her or whatever. And Jackie was like, y'all need Jackie Christie. I'm about to give you Jackie Christie. And I was like, no, Jackie, you ain't been this crazy in a while. Cause the last few seasons, Jackie has literally been trying to stay out of all the mess. She has been trying to stay out of all of the mess. And I don't understand. You know what? When Jen was talking about Evelyn's child, they believed that so quickly that Jennifer said that. But I just don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't think y'all got storylines and y'all are grasping for straws here. Because Cece is leaving, Tammy is leaving. So now y'all gonna have to bring in some new girls to try to, I guess, get into it with them to bring some storylines. Because this ain't it for me. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe that this is such a huge storyline. All you had to do was say, Jackie, why didn't you come to me or whatever? And if you were, I don't know, maybe I just don't like Malaysia like that because she's always so aggressive, but she tries to be so, I'm so cute, I'm so pretty, but oh, I'll get down in the dirt and in mud with you. But she looks her nose down at other. I don't know. Like I'm just done with it. I'm done with it. Y'all need to hurry up and wrap up this season because Black Ink Cruise came on and those shows are pretty darn good. And I don't have time to be doing 3 reviews, so I'm just ready for this whole thing to wrap up because y'all really don't have storylines. But I do like it and I'm gonna keep on watching it anyways because I got a few people on there. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm gonna put this out tomorrow because YouTube keep flagging all my videos, like every one of them. So I'm gonna let them go ahead and flag this one. Then I'll drop it. Bye.